What's up, everybody? It's AG Chopsticks, and I just got back from my local coin store. And for those of you who know me really well, you know I love my foreign silver, especially when I can get it at an inexpensive price, I hope. So I went to my LCS today, I had some free time, and I picked up a baggie full of foreign silver. And I ended up paying for this entire baggie $285. Now, what I did and what my LCS does, he charges 70 cents per gram for his foreign silver. And I want to see, every foreign silver has a different percentage. I want to see what's in this bag and if I paid way too much or if I made some great deals. I'm going to look at it from both a melt perspective, and some of these are dating back to the mid 1800s. So maybe I did well from a numismatic value. So let me get in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them up, or either in the plastic or the paper flips, and then we'll figure out what we have, and then I'll go in and try and find values. So stay tuned. Well, that was fun. They've only been flipped up so far, and it's been about half an hour since I talked to you last. Part of the reason is I stopped to look because some of them are just wicked cool. I mean, if I'm just looking at this big pile here, and I know I overpaid a little bit on some of these, but you got a 1908, and it's like a French Indies trade dollar, excuse me. They call it a piastre. So, and that I know is 90%. So I paid melt for a 1908. And I'll look up everything on it for you on a website here, but just a cool coin. Just amazing. We got an 1866 un sol trade dollar. And this is from the República Peruana, so Peru. It's got Lima and all that on there. But their version of a trade dollar. And again, I know it's 90%, and I paid melt for it. And I know this one's clean, but it's 1866. And I paid melt for it. So that's cool. A couple of Mexicans here. I know I overpaid for those ones. This one I didn't. It's an 8 real Mexican coin. And it's just, what's the date on it? 1885, and I paid melt for it. So that's cool. I mean, it just like a Simon Bolivar. And this is from Venezuela, and it's marked on it 90%. I mean, that's almost proof-like. And I love the indent there with a face on it. And I paid melt for it. And then here, this is Israeli. Says right on it, let my people go. I don't know what it is. I don't know what its content is. It's just cool. And then you got down in size, lots of Filipino, and then some other countries here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and identify the coin as best I can based off of my knowledge. But some of these, like this coin here, it is a 1921 half crown. I don't know what country it's from, so I've got to look it up and see what it is. So I'm going to go through this whole pile, see what I can ID on my own from either what I just know myself or from what I have already on my spreadsheets, and then we'll bring you back with that pile, and then we'll go from there. So be right back once I start playing with this more. Well, that was fun, so to speak. So they're all flipped up. We already saw them all flipped up and identified what I could. So this entire pile here, I know exactly what they are, just from what I have. 1 peso from 1934, Mexico. So 7.720% silver, so 72% silver, with an average silver weight of 0.3856 ounces of silver in that coin. I know 720 is going to be a little bit above melt that I paid, but for a 1934 Mexican peso in really decent shape, I'll take that. We got a Saudi Real in here. We got a bunch of Mexicos. Some of them that I actually needed to complete my collection. So certain ones I didn't have in my actual loose collection, so that's really cool. And then again, a bunch of Philippines here, which again, that's 75% silver, and so I paid above melt on it. But I mean, there's some gorgeous toning on that piece of silver right there. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit. Just you can see it has a slight toning to it. So really cool. So this all pile, I know what it is. I'm going to set it aside so we can add it to our tracker later. This pile here, I know exactly what it is. Like for instance, this is a 1885 Mexican 8 real. And I mean, seriously, I paid melt for this. I'm going to take it out of its flip for a second. I know I paid melt because I know it's right around 90%. So, I mean, it's such a really nice shaped coin. And actually, this one, a lot of times Mexico, all right, this one isn't stamped. A lot of the more recent Mexican has what they stamped, but, I paid melt for that coin. So I just got to look up this pile here and see what their average silver weight is. Like, I know this one is 90%, 30 grams. I know that this one is 90%. This is a 1866 Peru 1 Sol. I know it's 90%. And all of these here, a New Zealand florin, I just need to look up what their average silver weight is. So I've identified them pretty well. These ones here, I know what they are. Like this, most of them, some of them are. But like this one is a 1922 sixpence from where? A 1942 1 shilling. Amazing looking coin. I love that design of that on there. But where is it from? So I've actually got to take my Coinoscope app and figure out the data on this one. This one I'm not going to be able to identify. I might be able to get lucky. It's actually a Canadian 5 cent. And the reason I said I probably can't do anything about it is on the reverse, it's completely gone. The year should be in the center there. I paid melt for it. It's a Canadian 5 cent. I should be able to extrapolate what it is just by the look of her hair. So I'll get into that and figure what it is. But let me go through here and see what I've got for percentages on these, figure out exactly what these are, and see if I can just figure out through there. So let's actually do one of these together here so you can see what I'm doing. I'll grab one of the larger ones because it might be easier. Let's do this one. So I can't identify this. So this is 1 crown from 1921. And I know that because on the reverse, it says 1921 right here. And it says 1 crown right there. The problem is I don't know exactly what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see my process here. I'm going to grab my handy dandy cell phone, make sure I've got no identifying anything on there. All right, so I've got my cell phone, and I'm going to click on the Coinoscope app. And I'm going to come and I'm going to hover over the center of that coin. And I'm going to take a picture of it just by hitting this button. I hit that button right there. So it's coming up with a lot of United Kingdoms. So Great Britain, that's what it's saying, it's Great Britain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump in another app on my phone, and I'm going to go over to World Coin Prices, and I'll show you what I do on my computer for this as well. And I'm going to come into here and see if I can get a better picture of this, and I'm going to select the category is going to be the country, so we're just scrolling through the list looking for Great Britain. Great Britain. Next one is region, and I always just choose all, just in case. Denomination, this is a crown. So I'm just going through here, looking for the CROWN. There we go. And my year, or next is date, and that's 1921. And I'm going to search it. And this is what I would do if I was in the field, and it's not finding anything. Well, we're going to have to figure out what's going on with that because I know that's a crown. No, it's a half crown. I'm sorry. I missed the half there. So let me fix this. It's actually 1 So the app was right, 1/2 crown originally. So this app here, Great Britain half crown, and from 1910 to 1936. So the Coinoscope app would have given me what exactly it was, and that's what it looks like. And I can tell just by scrolling through this app that it's 50% silver. Ooh, that sucks. Because I'm knocking stuff over here. So 0.50, so 50%. That's how I mark my coin flips. And ounce per coin, it doesn't say. So I've actually got to look it up. Average silver weight. And it is telling me it's 50% with 14.1380 grams total weight. So you're looking at 7.06 grams of silver, which is roughly, 1/5 of an ounce. But I'm going to double check it. They're on this website here. Let's go back. Let's see if I can do this right on NGC. I'm going to come in here, instead of 1 crown, I'm going to choose a 1/2 crown. So I got to find the fractions here. 1/2 farthing, 1/2 crown. So 1920 Great Britain 1/2 crown. Image not available. I notice what it is though. All right, so it's 0.50% silver is showing on my screen. Composition silver, 50%. Average weight 14.14. Average silver weight is 0.227273 average silver weight. So I know I paid too much for it, but I have a 1921 1/2 crown from Great Britain that's got some really cool designs on the back. So that's how I figure out and take it from an unknown into a known. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get through this pile and be right back. I'll show you what I do is doing really quick. So I'm over on NGC's website, and this is what I would do on the computer. So we're going to look up our first one, and my first one is from New Zealand. So this is a lot faster than on the phone. I like the app when I'm on the move. So there's New Zealand. I'm going to choose all regions again. My denomination is 1 florin, so I'm going to look here for a florin. I know the year is a 1943. I'm going to click the search button. And here we go. We've got all our information we need right here, and it matches the coin. So this, again, is a finest 50, and that's the problem with buying foreign if we're not careful. You might not actually see what it is, and it's got an average silver weight of 0.1818 ounces in it. So there we go. That's how I look it up when I am doing it on my computer. All right, now that actually took a bit of time to get cataloged and put and flipped and to determine what is what. Some of it I was easy to tell, as you saw before, but some of it not so much. It took me a bit of time. So here's everything laid out. And it's going from least silver content all the way up. And remember, I paid for this at 70 cents a gram, and that was at the time, and at the time of this recording, melt being where it is, and melt is currently at, actually it's up at 24.08, so it's actually a little better than when I made the purchase. Anything 90% or better, I actually got below melt. So we've got a Great Britain 3 pence, Australian 3 pence, Saudi Arabian Real, which was cool to find, and a Mexico 25 cents from 1883. Those are all 925, so better than melt, or at least 903. Everyone you see here is 90%, so the 8 Real, the Mexican, the Israeli, the 10 bolivars from Venezuela, the Sol, and the piastre. Those were all below melt value on the coins. 80%, we got a little bit of Canadian here, which really cool. Old 5-cent pieces from Canada. I didn't realize they were silver until I started going through this, so that's cool. Mexican 50 centavos, an 1871 peseta from Spain, and some more Venezuelan. These are all, we got centimos, 25 centimos. We got a bolivar and a 2 bolivar from Venezuela. All of these are in the 700 to 750 range for silver content. So Philippines, we got a nice little stack of Philippines. Netherland Antilles from 1952, which is cool. Netherland East Indies, which is cool as well. And then again, some more Mexican here. That is my favorite country to collect from. We got one Germany in the 600% range. This is 6255 mark from 1966. And then we got a Chinese from the Guangdong province, 20 cents at 500, so 50%. Great Britain, 50%. My first Hungarian coin at 50%, and a couple of New Zealand's at 50%. A really cool 1899 Denmark tenore. That's only 40% silver, but I mean, I can't beat the pricing on it, what I paid. And then again, Mexico, only 30% a 1950 25 centavo. So there's it all laid out, all cataloged. I'm gonna actually go in, I'm gonna add it into an Excel spreadsheet, and we'll see how we did together on, what did I pay. I know this is below melt, I know this is right around melt. How did we do as a whole on the purchase price versus melt? So give me a second here. All right, as you can see here, this is a spreadsheet that I have for my forum. And we're looking at the date of the recording of this, 28th of August, 2021. Silver is a melt at 24.08, so about 77 cents per gram. And remember, I paid 70 cents per gram. So if everything was pure silver, we'd actually be looking at a great deal. It's not. Let's actually do some quick math together here. So if that was equals that times 0.9. So at the time of the recording of this, silver was actually 90% was 69.67 cents per gram. So I paid 70 cents per gram. Not bad if it's 90%, but we knew that wasn't all 90%. So I got everything entered in here. So for example, this is what the coin was. This is a Mexican 25 cent. The year, how many I had, the actual ounce of silver per coin. So this is 0.0321 ounces of silver per coin, and it tells me the melt is actually 77 cents. So I went in and I added in everything into the pile. These are all the coins that I picked up. So we had a total of, let's get this really quick, 37 coins that I picked up for $285. Melt value as of this date is $240.36. So I paid $44 over melt for all 37 of these coins. And some of these, there's some great numismatic value, so I don't feel so bad. And if we actually change this, let's say silver is at a better price. It was at $30 an ounce. You're actually looking at, I actually paid under melt. So it's interesting to see what it was, but we've got, I think, a great deal because there is a lot of numismatic value, especially in some of these lower ones. This 1866 one sol from Peru. I paid less than melt or at melt because it is 90%. This reals from 1885, again, I paid melt for it. You can't beat that. So let's get back and give you a final recap of where we were. All right, and there you have it. It's all packaged up and put in with the rest of my foreign silver. This doesn't include bullion, but this is what I have for foreign silver coins. This is all countries besides Mexico all the way to here, and then a pile of Philippines right here. So it's not shaping up bad. I'm actually very happy with the purchase, even though I spent more than melt, a little bit over melt. I'm not all that upset about it. So it's fun collecting these. It's fun saving them from being melted in the melt bin. So there you have it. There's my purchases. I couldn't be more excited. Thank you for watching through the whole thing. Hopefully, remember, in coin or hunting and foreign collecting, as in life, patience pays off. It's not a matter of if, but when that patience will pay off. Be safe, be kind, and we'll catch you on the next video.